Hi guys, this is Nikita, native priest of demigods, and today we're going to look at the trash before Atramedes. There are two packs of dwarves when you come into this room. We also call them the Spirit Council. We use two tanks to make it kind of easy. You could probably use one, but we don't. First off, we're starting with the right side of trash. We call them the leaders because they're all important people. Each of these dwarves has a unique ability. When you kill one, all the remaining dwarves kind of heal back to 100%, which makes AoEing them not practical. And they also gain the ability of their fallen comrade. So the goal here is to kill one dwarf at a time and kill them in order of least dangerous to most dangerous. So we chose to kill Angerforge first. Angerforge has an ability called Stoneblood, which purges all hostile effects on himself. So it's usually like dots and debuffs and stuff, so it's not that threatening. Next we went for Thorson, as soon as he dies here. And Thorson casts Avatar. Avatar makes him grow, kind of like the little blue pills that Vaz uses. It causes about 25% more damage for the duration of the buff. Pretty much he's not too threatening either. And I'm going to wait for us to kill him before I tell you about the next one. Our DPS is a little slow today.
The 25% from all of them having it isn't all that bad.
Everyone having the 25% debuff isn't too bad. It sounds more dangerous than it actually is. We're all switching here to the bubble, which I'll explain later before we go back to finishing him off. After him, we go to Burning Eye. His is probably the most annoying ability. He has a whirlwind. It doesn't really hit that hard, but it does drop aggro, and he kind of moves around when he does it, so everybody has to kind of avoid him. Like this. All of our little melees got away. The tank just has to taunt him back after he stops whirlwinding. If you killed him first, you'd have like 3 angry dwarves running rampant throughout the raid, which would be no good. And the last guy over there, Iron Star, he probably has the most dangerous ability. It's called Execution, and you've seen him do it a couple of times. He puts a little bubble on himself and puts a hammer of GG over one member, which you can see our second tank was under it right there. It stuns the target as it's coming down on them, so when it gets put on a tank who's tanking, it's no good. You have to kind of focus heals up on that part because they can't really mitigate any damage other than their armor. So anyway, he bubbles himself for about 1,000,000 health and casts it. During the 15-second channel, you have to pop the bubble and then interrupt him fairly quickly. It requires DPS to switch target immediately. Also, Ice Block and Pally Bubble will break the stun, but the bubble's still there, so it still has to get taken down. Without really trying... Oh, we're on part 2. On the left side, we have what we call the B team. They follow the same rules as the first group. You want to burn the least dangerous first. We felt that they're they do a little bit more damage, but they're simpler overall to decide who to kill first. We go for Molten Fist. He uses Thunderclap, which is pretty easily healed through. It's not really that big of an AoE, but it is dispellable, and it does help the DPS move a bit quicker if you get on top of that. Yeah, he's nothing special, really. Maybe we can kill him? Everybody having the Thunderclap just means more to dispel, which is good if you have a priest. We go for Core Hammer next. Core Hammer rather, buffs himself for 100% damage for a little bit. It's not very long. He doesn't really do anything that scary. The 100% damage sounds worse than it is. It being on the other two doesn't really hurt anyone. It's not very long at all. And then after him, because he's almost dead, we go to Shadowforge. Shadowforge casts like a chain lightning. So really just everybody needs to spread out, because when the 2 of them are casting it, it gets a little bit worse, but it's still not really that big of a deal. And then we save Anvil Rage for last. Anvil Rage, he has a stun and a really heavy AoE, so him casting, or rather the other 3 casting it after you kill him would be a pain in the butt, because 3 people stunned means nothing's dying. The sun can actually be dispelled, so when it's on like a tank or somebody important, you can always just click it off. This side leaves a lot of room to kind of like switch things up. You don't have to kill it in the exact order that we did. This is just the one that we felt was the most useful for our makeup. Hopefully this video will help you and your group avoid some headaches, some wipes. This has been a Demigods production. As always, thanks for watching and look for our Atramedes guide soon.